Yo, what's up, guys? We're back with another video today, and guys, UFC 314 just took place. Bro, this card was amazing, and just straight off the gate, this card was absolutely amazing. The prelims were really good, except for a couple ones. We'll get into those later, and the main card was really good, except for one fight. We'll get into that later as well. Volk won the belt, man. I'm so happy. I'm actually so happy, and yes, before we get into the Volk stuff, Paddy beat Chandler. Now, if you guys are coming from the Paddy video I made, I'm going to say it right here. I was wrong. Paddy Pimlet is legitimately good. But I will get into that later when I get to the Michael Chandler and Paddy fight. I just wanted to get that straight out the gate and just say Paddy is good. I was wrong. But without further ado, I'm going to be recapping the rest of this card. So if you want to skip to like the Chandler and the more important stuff, you can. But I'm going to just be recapping the ones that started from the prelims and then ending with the main event. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Alright, now the first fight we had was Nora Corlin versus Haley Kounen. Nora got the submission. I was surprised. I thought this was going to go to a decision. I always think that the women's fights, they usually go to a decision. Sometimes you'll get an occasional submission, and this one was one of them. Nora got the submission, and good for her. Alright, next up we have Trishan Gore versus Marco Tulio. I was wrong on this one. I thought Trishan Gore was going to win this fight by submission, but no. Marco Tulio, he looked really good. He bullied Gore in that second round. He bullied him and he eventually finished him. His defense looked a little bit off, in my opinion. His defense looked a little bit questionable, I'd say, but he finished him off. He beat him up. He busted him up really bad, you know? He just like boom, boom, boom. And Trishan Gore just collapsed, you know? So good for Tulio. All right, next up we have Sam Juri versus Mitch Respo. Boring fight, I can say. Terrible fight. I got this one wrong. I did not do great on these predictions, but hey, I honestly don't care. The ones that I really wanted to get right, I mostly got them right, except for the Paddy one. But overall, I got the ones that I really wanted correct, so I'll take it. Yeah, just a boring fight. This one I skipped, I'm not gonna lie, so yeah. Alright, next up we have Serkri Dumas versus Michael Orlishek. That name's just too hard, guys. It's too late for me right now. I can't do re-recordings, but Michael looked really good. First of all, he's trained with the fighting nerds now, and of course, he gets a first-round finish against Dumas, so, you know, this guy's on a title run, guys. You know, just watch out. I mean, the fighting nerds, dude, they're really good, these fighting nerds. I'll get into it with Gene Silva, but, man, I guess if you train at the fighting nerds, you're like the greatest fighter of all time, and Michael looked really good. He knocked him out, and, yeah, it was really good of him. All right, next up we have Darren Elkins versus Julia Erosa. I'm just rattling through these prelims because I really want to get to the main card, but this one, Erosa he just bullied Elkins. He really did. I mean, he caught him with like a foot kick kind of, where he was on the ground and the kick hit him right in the face. And Elkins he could not recover. He was just walking like a zombie at that point. He was half conscious and half like dead at that point. And Erosa just bullied him, honestly. He could have finished him way sooner. I was like, why don't you finish him at any point? And honestly, the stoppage was way too late. I mean, Elkins, the moment he fell and Rosa dropped him, the ref could have stopped it right there. Mike could have stopped it, but he decided, you know what, I'm going to watch this man die, and he let him die, basically. So, I mean, good job for Rosa, man. He destroyed him in the first round. All right, next up, we have Jim Miller versus Chase Hooper. Now, this one, I have a lot to talk about. Well, not much, but you know what I'm saying. But, okay, listen. I knew that Chase Hooper was going to win this. I'm surprised it went to a decision. However, I am also not surprised that it didn't, because I said in my video that Jim Miller was going to be a tough fight for Chase Hooper. And at the start of the first round, I was correct. Jim Miller actually held his own against Chase Hooper. But then after the first round, Chase Hooper just dominated him. He 54-5'd him basically for like the rest of the fight. And to be honest, it was absolutely boring as fuck. It was just... That's pretty much what it was, honestly. Me and my father were watching it, and he's just like, this is just absolutely ass. And I like Chase Hooper. I like him. It was. But listen, guys, listen. Sometimes you gotta reach your lowest lows to reach your highest highs. And Chase Hooper, after this, he's gonna have exciting fights only. Never boring fights, okay? But no, obviously... Yeah, it was just a boring fight, but he got the win. So good job for Chase Hooper, honestly. He looked good. His wrestling looked really good. I'm disappointed he couldn't get a submission, but you know, it is what it is. Also, the post-fight speech he said about the reason why he looked so bad is... I'm amazed he actually said that. That is wild, but yeah. All right, next up we have Yao Jianan versus Rina Juribata. Yeah, this one was just It was all right. I mean, I thought Jan was about to win in like the first round, but once Verna took her down, it was practically over at that point. Jan blatantly grabbed the cage. I think it was in the third round. Blatantly didn't get a point deducted. I don't know what these judges are doing at this point. Like what these refs are. Like why don't you punish them? Like honestly, okay, if you maybe grab the cage like for like a second or something, and it's like a little bit like maybe your fingers are like slightly grabbing it, don't take a point off. Just say, hey, watch your fingers, all right? If you're blatantly grabbing the cage, like we're talking, I'm literally holding on to like I don't know, a bar or something. I'm like, that's basically what Yan Jianan was doing. She was like holding it for dear life. Automatically should be a point taken or something like that, honestly. Because like that is just so blatant that you are clearly grabbing the cage to not get taken down. Ridiculous. But regardless, good job for Verna. She dominated her throughout the whole fight, so good job for her. All right, next up we have Danny Gay versus Sean Woodson. I got this one wrong. I'm gonna go straight up on it. I don't know what the hell Sean Woodson was doing this whole fight. He was just like moving his hands around, trying to do a Philly shell and all that bullshit. Just like punch him, fight him, actually do something. Don't do this like weird thing with your hands. Like I don't understand sign language, so don't do any sign language on me, all right? But good job for Dan Ige, though. And also, the stoppage way too early. One of the worst stoppages this year, honestly. Because, like, okay, Dan Ige rocked Sean Woodson, and he started to, like hook on him, do uppercuts and all that stuff as head. Sean Woodson, as the ref is literally stopping the fight, Sean Woodson is literally getting up, and he's, like, about to be fine. And the ref's like, nope, too much, I'm stopping the fight. I'm like, why? Why? Like, fire these refs don't know anything. Honestly, my cat could ref better than some of these refs. I'm going to be honest with you guys. But, I mean, I'm not taking shots at Dan Ige. Because Dan Ige looked good in this fight. It was competitive. And the judges, even if it went to, like, a decision, Dan Ige was going to win the fight anyways. Because, like, all the judges scored it for Dan Ige. So, you know, it is what it is. But, I mean, I didn't know. I had it, like, 1-1, I'd say. But, you know, it doesn't matter because it ended in a stoppage. So, I mean, good job for Dan Ige. I can't really say much. All right, next up we have Nikita Krylov versus Dominic Reyes. I am so happy I got this one wrong. I'm so happy I got this one wrong because, like, I want Dominic Reyes to be on a title run, and he is on a title run, man. He knocked him out in, like, the first round. Literally, this is the exact opposite of what I predicted. I predicted Nikita Krylov to KO Dominic Reyes in the first round. What does Dominic Reyes do? He probably saw my video. He's like, I'm going to do the opposite, and I'm going to get KO Nikita Krylov in the first round. I mean, it's absolute, it's beautiful, guys. It's beautiful. It's just, it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous, man. Dominic Reyes is going to be on the title run, guys. He's going to absolutely destroy everybody in that division now. And Magomed. You got to run, man, because Dominic Reyes is out to catch you, man. But no, I'm joking. But no, genuinely, good work for Dominic Reyes. I am so happy on this one. All right, next up, we have Bryce Mitchell versus Gene Silva. I have a lot about this one, right? Okay. I am so happy Gene Silva won this fight. I got it right that Gene Silva would finish Bryce Mitchell in the second round. What I didn't expect was him submitting Bryce Mitchell. He submitted the grappler. I mean, Bryce Mitchell is good on the grappling. Like, I have to give him that. He's got decent kicks, and he used that a lot in this fight. Like, he was spamming the oblique kicks, the calf kicks. You know, he was doing good in the kicks, I'd say. But Gene Silva was just marching forward. He was rocking Bryce Mitchell constantly during that fight, and he almost got him in a guillotine, I thought, for a moment, like the end of the first round, I believe, and he did the exact same in the second round, rocked Bryce Mitchell, marched him forward, and he then got a ninja choke, I believe it's called, and wow, I'm surprised that he submit Bryce Mitchell, and I'm so happy, man. I'm so happy. I mean, good work for Gene Silva, honestly. He looked really, really good. I mean, honestly. I don't know who you give him now. I'm going to think about that. I'll make a what's next for these fighters, but I mean, genuinely, good job for Gene Silva. All right, next up we have Yair Rodriguez versus Pitbull. I should have stuck with that Yair Rodriguez. What the hell was Pitbull doing throughout this whole fight? Genuinely, what on earth was going on with this man's brain? He was just standing put, letting Yair just kick him and kick him and kick him and kick him. That's literally this whole fight this whole time. Pitbull just got kicked throughout the whole fight, and he did nothing. He did nothing. Like, honestly, I don't know what was going on with Pitbull's mind during this whole fight. I guess Pitbull's game plan was to let Yair come towards him so he can counter him, which did work at some points, but, like, that was, like, 10% of the fight he actually succeeded in that, and then, like, the 90%, it did not work at all. So like, yeah, that was just low fight IQ, honestly. Yeah, this was a bad pick, honestly. Like, honestly, this is probably the worst pick, I would say. Maybe Michael Chandler was, but this one, to me, I was pissed off with this one. All right, now the one you guys have been waiting for. Michael Chandler versus Paddy Pimblett. I'm going to say it straight out the gate, guys. I was wrong. Paddy Pimblett is a legit contender. All right, there, I say. Y'all happy now? Yeah, listen, okay. I'm so pissed off with this one. Listen, I thought Michael Chandler was going to do good. I thought Michael Chandler, yes, Michael Chandler lost his last couple of fights. Of course he did, but they were against top-level guys. Poirier, Gaethje, Oliveira. Those are like the top 3 best guys in that division. And I just went with that logic. You just can't do that. And also, Michael Chandler was 38 during this time, so yeah. And Paddy Pimblett looked really good. He rocked him on the feet a couple times. He did him with a nasty knee, which is really good. That's what really ended Michael Chandler's whole time for that fight. And Paddy Pimblett, he had some difficulty with the wrestling because Michael Chandler had some success with the wrestling at the start. But then once he landed that knee, he then just took over. He just then sumo slammed him, and then he was just ground and pounding him. And Michael Chandler's face looked absolutely fucked in that moment right there. It's crazy, honestly. But yeah, Paddy Pimblett is a legit contender, guys. I have to admit it. I genuinely have to admit it. Honestly, you know what Paddy Pimblett reminds me of? He looks terrible when he fights. Like, honestly, he was getting caught with his chin up constantly, but he was winning the fight, though. He was catching Michael Chandler constantly. He reminds me of Dricus du Plessis because he looks ass, but he's winning the fight. You know what I'm saying? You know what? It's not like he's getting tired or gassed out. He's just looking goofy, just doing things wrong, but he's getting the job done. So I have to give him credit, man. He is legitimately good. And I want to say one more thing. I don't hate Paddy Pimblett as a person. I feel like people got confused about that in my video. I don't hate Paddy Pimblett as like a person. I like Paddy Pimblett. He's funny, he's entertaining, and I think he's genuinely good for the sport. I was more just referring to his skill set and just how I thought he was overrated, but I was completely wrong. And I will have my hands up, and I will admit that I was wrong, guys. I was wrong. Paddy Pimblett is legitimately good. All right, now for the main event. Volkanovski versus Diego Lopez. Boy, man, bro, I'm so happy with this. This makes me, honestly, seeing Alex lose to Magomed was like the worst thing for me. That was like the worst time ever, and I needed Volk to win this fight. And he did. He looked amazing. This was probably one of the best versions of Volk we have seen in a while, honestly. And I was worried he was going to get, like, cracked a couple times. And at one point he did. Diego did rock him in the end of the second round. And I had a heart attack because I was like, oh, shit, don't tell me this is how it ends for Volk. But no, he recovered. And he dominated the rest of the fight, honestly. And he caught him. The craziest thing that surprised me, guys, was the fact that, like, in my last video, I was talking about how Diego Lopez thrives in the pockets, and that's where he succeeds. Volk showed that, like, hey, you may be good in the pocket, but I'm better in the pocket. And he just boom, 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 boom. And that's how he won the fight. He literally was doing so good. His game plan was to keep the jab, not let Diego get into the pocket and start scrapping with him. But when Volk decided, like, okay, now I'm going to scrap with you, it was on his terms. And that's where he just, like, constantly rocked Diego Lopez. Fair play to Diego Lopez because that dude has a tough chin. This dude is, honestly, I think he'd get knocked out by Taporia, but it would take a while before he gets knocked out because Diego has a tough chin, man. You gotta give it to him, man. Nothing but respect for Diego Lopez. This was a good-ass fight, honestly. It was so good. And, man, just seeing Volk with the belt on his waist, man, that it just looks right. It just looks right, honestly. There's nobody else who looks better with the belt besides Volk, man. Oh, it just makes me happy, honestly. And also, guys, for the predictions, in case you all were just wondering, I got 7 out of 13 of my predictions correct. Not the worst, not the best, but hey, I'll take it. The ones I really want to get correct, except for the Paddy one, I got. So, you know what? I'm happy with it. But, guys, that is my recap for UFC 314, Volkanovski versus Diego Lopez. Honestly, this was probably, I want to say a 9 out of 10, honestly. Just the fact that Volk won the belt back just makes me so happy. It literally is like, it's the best feeling you can get, honestly. So, you know, I'm literally smiling right now as I'm recording this, man. I'm so happy for Volk, man. Leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Peace!